actually through all of life's hardship, through all of the ups and downs in life, we can remember the death and the resurrection of Jesus, the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus. In those hard moments of life, we can remember that Jesus took our place, and even though I feel like I'm being condemned, I will never actually ultimately be condemned. Even though I feel alone and abandoned, I know that I will never actually fully and finally be alone and abandoned because Jesus has saved me. He died for me. He took my place, my death. And even in those really good times where we're having a little bit of success or just feeling a little bit free from all the things that have burdened us, or you might notice burdened other people, in those moments we remember the resurrection power of Jesus, and we attribute successes even to just the ability God has to make something out of nothing, which is what all of us are. And I think what we do is then begin to view everything in life through the lens of death, burial, and resurrection. I want you to do that. I want you to practice that. This is a practice of mine. So I want my children and all the people I pastored for however long I get to pastor to actually begin to practice what I practice, which is looking at life, looking every day and every situation through the lens of death, burial, and resurrection. I don't want us to wake up, and the first thing we try to discern between is whether it's sunny or rainy, or whether it's going to be a good day or a bad day. And I certainly don't want us to be thinking about all the things that happened to us yesterday or all the negative things, and it starts piling on. I want us to start each day and live through each day, taking everything and assimilating it through a lens, which is the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus. So now when someone says something against me, I'm not just sad because they hurt my feelings. I see it now as an opportunity to die and for God to bring about resurrection somehow. I see everything through that lens when I can understand the gospel and live in light of the gospel. I die to myself. I'm buried, which means it's sort of a decay process. I want the old man to go away. I want it to fade away into dirt. And I want the new man, new person, the resurrection power to be exhibited in my own life. And when I do that, and I admit it probably sounds like I'm saying I do that all the time. I think I'm recognizing that. I think, to be honest, the times I do that, I feel a lot more joy and peace. But the times I don't are those times I'm walking in the flesh, not in the spirit, and I'm walking according to sort of pride, my own pride, not according to the good news of Jesus, the death, burial, and resurrection. So someone does something wrong to me, and then my first thought is, I wish they were dead. I don't know. My first thought is, you know what, I'm going to do something back to them. Our first thought might be something along those lines of a way of retaliating or just a way of responding that is not in line with the good news of Jesus. Because what have we done to him? Treason, rebellion, sin. And how did he respond to us? It rhymes with eth, Ariel, and resurrection. That help? The more that I allow the gospel to transform me, the more that I am able then to respond to others in love and even respond to God in repentance and faith, that I'm able to respond rightly because I'm actually absorbing the gospel of what Jesus, who he is, and what he's done for me, and it's having a transformative effect in my life. And so this really isn't just religious talk. This is me actually acknowledging God has really gone the distance or bridged the gap, and he's done everything to save me, and I want my life to reflect that. And so on a daily basis, I'm going to look at everything that happens to me through the lens of the death, burial, and resurrection. Especially the idea, though, that whatever I am experiencing, God can bring about resurrection power. He can bring about new life, new hope, new perspective. He can do that.